let's talk about vision statements. So vision and mission statements often get confused, and I will tackle the distinction between them in another video. But if you're just looking at a vision statement and you're evaluating the value of a vision statement to an organization, please remember that 90% of the time that means telling me the pros of a vision statement and the cons. It is a really common error for students to provide a fantastic written response, usually a 6-mark question, telling me how amazing a vision statement is for the business and not telling me any of the downsides. So if your notes don't include some negatives, go back and review them. But let's start with the obvious, which are the positive effects of a vision statement. So the vision statement, I suppose most commonly we'd say it provides direction. It gives your business a focused purpose. So everybody involved knows where the business is going, okay? We know that businesses need direction to be able to achieve goals, and a vision statement is that big overarching purpose for why you're doing what you're doing. It also acts as a way to motivate your stakeholders. You know, it keeps your employees clear about why they work for you. It keeps your shareholders clear on why they're investing in you. It helps your community know what you're trying to achieve. It helps local governments support you as best as they can. It keeps everyone on the same page. So that motivating drive that this is what we want to get to, even sometimes when things aren't quite on that track, because they're never always going to be perfectly aligned with your vision. People know that fundamentally though, that's what you stand for. It also is a way to measure your achievement. You know, it's a bar to hold yourself to as an organization. This is what we want to be. Are we being that? Organizations who lose track of their vision often find that they end up with less motivated staff, less clear objectives and outcomes. The business loses a lot of its focus and then tends to see poorer results. A vision enables you to step back and say, do the things we are trying to achieve right now and the things that we're doing right now match who we say we want to be and where we say we're going. But of course, there are negatives to it, okay? A key one being that the vision might not be appropriate to your business. You know, what you see as your business's vision might not actually match what you're doing and what you practically are going to achieve. And where that misalignment occurs, you tend to see the negatives of that demotivation and that lost direction. So those things that are positive quickly turn to negatives for your organization. It also potentially causes misunderstanding. You know, a vision can be easily misunderstood because it's quite a broad statement. So another downside is the lack of understanding of a vision statement, and therefore you're not getting everyone on board. If the vision's not clear, it doesn't provide any benefit to your organization. It's also worth noting that alongside that lack of understanding is simply the fact that some people might interpret it differently, including your employees. And given your employees play such a vital role in your organization, if their interpretation of who you are and what you're doing is different to yours, there's likely to be significant friction and dissatisfaction, leading to other more practical day-to-day problems with the running and operations of your business. There are of course others, but I suppose one other you might have included is that circumstances change. We talk about vision statements as being the long-term big picture, but the truth is fundamentally organizations do change and visions may also change. And so it's important to ensure that your vision is constantly aligned with where you're going, and if where you're going changes, that your vision changes as well. Choosing 2 of each side of your arguments would have been a sufficient way to discuss this point for a 6-mark question, particularly when you connect it to the case study that you are analysing at the time. And that's a vision statement.